Breaking news tonight, Sean Diddy Combs has been arrested in a Manhattan hotel this evening after a grand jury indicted the music mogul. His attorney tells CNN that he is currently being processed. The charges are unclear as of this moment.
Man, I ain't gonna lie.
The headlines about Diddy's arrest have shocked everyone, but was it really a surprise? What if it's part of a bigger game involving betrayal from someone close to him, like Jay-Z? Could Diddy, a powerful figure in the music industry, have been set up by a collaborator? It sounds wild, but rumors are circulating that this arrest wasn't just a coincidence. It might have been orchestrated by those in his inner circle. As the story unfolds, the intrigue deepens, raising questions about loyalty and the hidden dynamics of the music world.
That's my initial reaction, because that's how I always feel when I see situations like this. And then there's just like this weird sense of grief, because it is Diddy, right? Diddy is a hip-hop hero. He's an ordinary person who did extraordinary things. To sit here and act like the man wasn't a huge part of our upbringing is a damn lie. So there's this weird sense of grief, like another one of our heroes has ruined their legacy, and it's their own fault because of poor choices.
It all began with Diddy's sudden move to New York, which appeared to be a preparation for an impending legal confrontation. His lawyer, Mark Agnifilo, stated that Diddy, a music icon and self-made entrepreneur, relocated voluntarily in anticipation of the charges. However, Diddy's arrest at a Manhattan hotel was not as straightforward as the official narrative suggests. The circumstances surrounding his relocation and arrest raise questions about the deeper motivations at play, hinting at a more complex situation than it initially seems.
I have information that he was arrested tonight at a Manhattan hotel. He is currently being processed. I heard from his attorney they are still maintaining his innocence. They said that in anticipation of these charges that Diddy relocated to New York last week.
On the night of his arrest, federal agents descended on Diddy's hotel in New York City, taking him into custody with minimal resistance. The charges had been looming for months, so many anticipated this outcome. However, the timing, location, and circumstances feel suspiciously convenient, especially for someone as seasoned as Diddy, who has navigated a career filled with controversy while avoiding serious legal trouble for decades. This raises a critical question. How could such a savvy figure have been caught so easily? The situation invites speculation about the true dynamics at play.
If you're just joining us here, was just arrested and taken into federal custody in New York tonight. Sources tell TMZ Homeland Security swooped into a Midtown hotel late Monday where Diddy was staying, and they arrested him.
Fans and insiders quickly speculated that there's more to Diddy's arrest than meets the eye. Why would he return to New York if he anticipated being arrested? Some believe he may have walked into a trap, misled into thinking he had a chance to clear his name or negotiate a deal for his freedom. This raises questions about the motivations of those around him, and that's where Jay-Z's name enters the conversation, adding another layer of intrigue to the situation.
Okay, this is what I mean when I say people wake up every day and just volunteer lies. Diddy, how are we supposed to believe anything that comes out of your mouth? And furthermore, why should we not believe the rumors of things going in your mouth when you out here volunteering bold-faced lies? You would still be lying to us right now if it was no video. You didn't even apologize to Cassie in the video.
For years, Diddy and Jay-Z have navigated a complicated friendship, often seen as rivals and allies. Their relationship is filled with moments of mutual support, yet their competitive natures have frequently surfaced. Jay-Z himself acknowledged this dynamic, stating, "We push each other, we inspire each other. It's a beautiful relationship of natural competitiveness." However, what if that competitiveness crossed a line? With the legal storm looming over Diddy, could Jay-Z have spotted an opportunity to distance himself from the chaos and solidify his own position in the industry? One theory circulating online suggests that Jay-Z might have indirectly influenced Diddy's downfall. Instead of turning him in outright, he could have manipulated Diddy into a situation that led him straight into law enforcement's hands. Imagine this scenario. Diddy, aware of the legal heat closing in, receives a call from Jay-Z. Perhaps Jay-Z offered a way out, an enticing deal with the FBI, promising that cooperation would lead to a more favorable outcome. Considering Jay-Z's considerable influence and connections, this possibility becomes increasingly plausible.
And in this lawsuit, he claims that essentially P. Diddy was the Epstein of the rap.
For years, Diddy and Jay-Z have navigated a complicated friendship, often seen as rivals and allies. Their relationship is filled with moments of mutual support, yet their competitive natures have frequently surfaced. Jay-Z himself acknowledged this dynamic, stating, "We push each other, we inspire each other. It's a beautiful relationship of natural competitiveness." However, what if that competitiveness crossed a line? With the legal storm looming over Diddy, could Jay-Z have spotted an opportunity to distance himself from the chaos and solidify his own position in the industry? One theory circulating online suggests that Jay-Z might have indirectly influenced Diddy's downfall. Instead of turning him in outright, he could have manipulated Diddy into a situation that led him straight into law enforcement's hands. Imagine this scenario. Diddy, aware of the legal heat closing in, receives a call from Jay-Z. Perhaps Jay-Z offered a way out, an enticing deal with the FBI, promising that cooperation would lead to a more favorable outcome. Considering Jay-Z's considerable influence and connections, this possibility becomes increasingly plausible.
So why does it all come to a head now? Why now? Why?
Because he's the acceptable monster at this time, like R. Kelly was the last time I sat on this couch.
So who's next?
Y'all don't see the lineup?
It wouldn't be the first time Jay-Z has been linked to shady dealings behind the scenes. His rise to power in the music industry has always been shadowed by rumors, and while he's never been embroiled in anything as scandalous as Diddy's current predicament, those close to both men note how Jay-Z adeptly navigates trouble while keeping his hands clean. As the ultimate businessman, he understands that in the world of power, even friendships can become collateral damage. Then there's Diddy's circle to consider. For years, he hasn't acted alone. He's surrounded by a loyal entourage. However, loyalty in the realms of power and money can be fleeting. Rumors are swirling that some of Diddy's closest associates might have played a role in his downfall, whether driven by fear for their own futures or as a calculated move to save themselves. The notion that members of Diddy's inner circle could be cooperating with law enforcement isn't far-fetched at all. Consider the numerous lawsuits and allegations piling up against Diddy. Although he has dodged many with settlements, the sheer volume of accusations, ranging from violent behavior to illegal activities, indicates that people in his life likely know much more than they're revealing. Could it be that some of these insiders, perhaps individuals Diddy trusted for years, decided it was time to cut ties and cooperate with authorities in exchange for their own immunity? It wouldn't be the first time we've witnessed something like this unfold in the celebrity world, adding another layer of intrigue to Diddy's ongoing saga.
It's just crazy. Just read.
The theory that Diddy was framed by those closest to him gains traction when considering the timing of his arrest. Why did law enforcement wait so long to take action, especially with mounting accusations against him? Some believe this delay was intentional, allowing his inner circle time to distance themselves and negotiate their own deals with authorities. By the time Diddy arrived in New York, it was too late for him to protect himself. He walked straight into a trap, forced to play into their hands and face the consequences alone.
Is there any possibility that he walks away clean from this, that everything is dropped and he faces no charges or any prison time?
Not impossible, I mean, anything is possible, but I don't see that happening. I see him kind of going the path of R. Kelly, where again, for so many decades, he was able to act with impunity and just keep, with harming so many, young women.
A name frequently emerging in these rumors is Rodney Lil Rod Jones, a former associate of Diddy, who recently filed a lawsuit against the music mogul. Jones claims that Diddy had hidden cameras in his properties and secret recordings of powerful figures engaging in questionable behavior. According to Jones, Diddy possessed compromising footage of celebrities, executives, and athletes from his infamous parties, footage that could potentially destroy careers. Some speculate that Diddy's arrest could be linked to this sensitive material, with Jay-Z and other industry heavyweights wanting to ensure it never sees the light of day. But here's the twist. What if Jay-Z and others in Diddy's circle weren't just looking to protect themselves from the fallout of these recordings? What if they saw an opportunity to eliminate Diddy entirely, securing their own futures in the process? By handing Diddy over to authorities, they could neutralize any threats to their reputations, while simultaneously taking down one of their biggest competitors in the industry. The implications of this scenario are staggering and add another layer of intrigue to an already complex situation.
I think industry talk, there's a lot of people who have worked for him. There's been stories around, which is, not necessarily unusual.
This theory is gaining traction daily, especially as more details about Diddy's arrest emerge. The circumstances surrounding the arrest, the quick settlement of Cassie's lawsuit, the sudden raids on Diddy's properties, and whispers of Jay-Z's involvement all suggest a carefully orchestrated takedown. If Jay-Z was indeed involved, it would represent one of the biggest betrayals in hip-hop history. Consider this. Two of the most influential figures in the music industry, once friends and collaborators, now ensnared in a high-stakes game of power and survival. Diddy finds himself trapped in a web of accusations and legal troubles, while Jay-Z may be pulling the strings behind the scenes to protect his own empire. It's a narrative that feels almost cinematic, reflecting the volatile nature of celebrity culture, where loyalty is fleeting and betrayal is merely another strategic move in the relentless pursuit of power.
You pay those lawyers to know. Those lawyers know what he's going to beat, and those lawyers know what he ain't going to beat.
As rumors continue to swirl and new information emerges, one thing is clear. This saga is far from over. While Diddy may be in custody, the true story of how he ended up there is still unfolding. Whether or not Jay-Z was directly involved, his name will forever be linked to the downfall of one of his oldest friends. As fans, we can only sit back and watch the drama unfold, wondering who will emerge victorious in this game of power, betrayal, and survival. However, it's essential to recognize that even if Diddy was framed, many argue he's far from an innocent victim. In fact, some would say he had this coming all along. Over the years, Diddy has found himself at the center of numerous controversies, and this latest arrest seems to be the culmination of a long history of allegations and shady behavior. While it's easy to get caught up in the narrative of betrayal by Jay-Z or his inner circle, the reality is that Diddy's troubles run much deeper, revealing a complex web of personal and professional challenges that can no longer be ignored.
Mr. Diddy, aka Mr. Love, now.
No, Sean Carter.
Jay, okay.
Diddy's career began in the early 1990s, quickly establishing him as a formidable force as a record executive, producer, and entrepreneur. He transformed Bad Boy Records into a powerhouse, launching the careers of artists like the Notorious Big and Faith Evans. However, with that success came whispers of darker dealings. Rumors suggested that Diddy was not just a savvy businessman, but someone who played the game by his own rules. His aggressive, take-no-prisoners approach left a trail of enemies and numerous accusations. Over the years, Diddy has been linked to a series of incidents that portray him as someone who operates outside the lines, whether through his infamous nightclub altercation in 1999 or allegations of intimidating rivals. While he has never faced serious convictions, the rumors surrounding him have persisted.
Everything that you're looking at, they're all tied in together. Every part, as crazy as it seems, as outrageous as it seems, it all ties in. Every bit of it.
One of the most infamous incidents in Diddy's past occurred in 1999 at a New York nightclub, where a scuffle escalated into gunfire, injuring 3 people. Diddy, along with then-girlfriend Jennifer Lopez and his protege Shine, was caught in the chaos. While Shine ended up serving time, Diddy walked away relatively unscathed, claiming he had no involvement in the violence. However, many never fully believed his story, suggesting he used his influence and connections to avoid serious consequences, leaving Shine to take the fall. This incident serves as a striking example of how Diddy often managed to emerge unscathed, no matter how dire the situation appeared.
Well, one of the things that's going to happen, and I do believe that there has been a grand jury investigation that has been employed in this case. I think there may be a federal investigation going on, and there may be a stateside one, but I'm not totally sure. But one of the things that the prosecution in any case is going to try to do is show that there is a pattern of behavior here.
Fast forward a few years, and Diddy's reputation for aggressive business tactics only intensified. The music industry is notoriously cutthroat, but Diddy took it to another level. Rumors swirled about backdoor deals, intimidation, and even allegations that he sabotaged other artists' careers to maintain his dominance. Some industry insiders suggest that Diddy's true power lies not just in his talent as a producer, but in his ability to control the narrative, whether through paying people off or using fear to keep potential threats in check. His approach has left many wary of crossing him in the competitive landscape.
The money that they're saying Diddy has to start paying this guy on October 1st, Diddy's team is like, hold on, we need an emergency conversation about why this should not have been granted. And they awarded him a TRO, which basically meant that Diddy's team was not allowed to sell any property in that state or anything related to what could be used to pay the plaintiff.
In court, many of Diddy's legal battles have been settled quietly, raising questions about how much dirty laundry has been swept under the rug. Numerous lawsuits from former employees and associates alleging mistreatment or financial wrongdoing have often resulted in undisclosed settlements. This pattern of avoiding public trials has only fueled speculation that Diddy has something to hide, suggesting that money has been used to keep uncomfortable truths from surfacing. As a result, the whispers surrounding his past continue to grow louder.
Named Diddy 77 times in court documents related to Tupac.
The rumors surrounding Diddy don't stop there. Some fans and industry insiders believe he may have deeper ties to law enforcement than anyone realized. Speculation has persisted for years that Diddy acted as an informant for the FBI, which could explain how he managed to avoid serious legal trouble for so long. These theories suggest that Diddy might have been feeding information to authorities in exchange for protection, a notion that aligns with his ability to navigate numerous allegations and scandals unscathed. This theory gained traction, particularly after a series of high-profile incidents hinted at possible cooperation with law enforcement. One significant event was the tragic shooting of the Notorious Big in 1997, which shook the entire hip-hop community. While Diddy has always maintained that he had no knowledge of who was behind the shooting, some believe he knew more than he let on. There are even rumors that Diddy may have been working with authorities in the aftermath of Biggie's demise to help take down individuals connected to the case. Although none of this has ever been proven, the idea that Diddy was somehow shielded by law enforcement continues to linger. This theory becomes even more intriguing when considering Diddy's long-standing rivalry with Suge Knight, the infamous co-founder of Death Row Records. Their feud, which began in the mid-1990s during the height of the East Coast-West Coast rap wars, was one of the most notorious in the music industry, adding another layer of complexity to Diddy's controversial legacy hashtag.
New at 5, the legal troubles continue for Sean Diddy Combs tonight after a judge ordered the music mogul to pay $100 million to a Michigan man who says that he was assaulted by Combs in '97.
According to court documents, Derek Cardello Smith says Combs then assaulted him during an after party at a Holiday Inn in Detroit. But Combs never responded to the lawsuit in court.
While Diddy and Suge have both downplayed the intensity of their beef in recent years, their conflict undeniably led to violence, paranoia, and the tragic demises of both Tupac Shakur and Biggie Smalls. Some speculate that Diddy's alleged cooperation with the FBI may have been motivated by a desire to protect himself from Suge and his associates, allowing him to stay one step ahead of his enemies. Of course, these remain unsubstantiated theories, rumors that have circulated for years without solid evidence. However, if even a fraction of these allegations holds any truth, it paints a picture of a man playing a dangerous game for decades, where power, influence, and fear have helped him evade serious consequences. Now, as the walls close in, it seems Diddy might finally be facing the repercussions of a long history of actions he once managed to escape.
The only man currently facing murder charges in the case, Dwayne Keefe D. Davis, claims that Sean Combs, also known as Diddy, paid for a hit on Tupac.
Diddy's reputation extends beyond alleged criminal activity. He has also faced accusations of ruthless business practices and exploiting those around him. Former Bad Boy Records artists have spoken out about their experiences, claiming they were financially taken advantage of during Diddy's leadership. For instance, artists like Moguls have publicly criticized Diddy for withholding royalties and trapping them in unfavorable contracts, preventing them from benefiting from their own success. Moguls even accused Diddy of hypocrisy, stating that while Diddy publicly advocates for Black ownership and empowerment, he privately undermines the very artists who helped build his empire. This duality raises questions about Diddy's true motivations and integrity.
It's so difficult to reflect on the darkest times in your life. Sometimes you gotta do that. I was up.
The irony of Diddy's downfall is that he once seemed untouchable. Despite a barrage of rumors and allegations over the years, nothing ever stuck. He was always one step ahead, able to evade the consequences that would have ensnared others for similar behavior. However, with his recent arrest and the mounting evidence against him, it appears Diddy's luck may have finally run out. The industry that once shielded him is now turning its back, and those closest to him are distancing themselves, perhaps out of fear of being caught in the fallout. While the rumors of a setup involving Jay-Z and others are intriguing, they also highlight a deeper truth. Despite his wealth and influence, Diddy has made too many enemies along the way. Whether it's former business partners, artists he's wronged, or rivals in the music industry, there's no shortage of people eager to see him brought down. Now it seems that the forces aligned against him have finally succeeded in doing what no one thought possible, placing him in a position where he can neither talk nor pay his way out.
Criminal investigation for months by federal prosecutors here in New York, and if there are criminal charges, many of them may look a lot like what some of these individuals have been describing.
The biggest question remains: if Diddy was truly cooperating with law enforcement all these years, why hasn't that protection shielded him now? Some believe Diddy's downfall could result from a broken agreement with the FBI. Perhaps he stopped cooperating, or maybe he became too much of a liability for them to continue shielding. Others speculate that his arrest is part of a larger conspiracy orchestrated by both the music industry and law enforcement, who saw him as a threat. While it's easy to focus on Diddy's mistakes and questionable past, the possibility that he has been framed by those closest to him adds a layer of tragedy to the narrative. If Jay-Z and Diddy's other associates truly betrayed him, it would mark one of the most significant betrayals in hip-hop history, a story that would resonate for years to come. This complex web of loyalty and deception serves as a poignant reminder of the treacherous nature of fame and power in the music industry.
That's of course. There's layers upon layers. When you get into these conspiracy theories, man, they never end. They never end. There's just layers upon layers upon layers.
Ultimately, regardless of the truth surrounding Jay-Z's involvement or the actions of Diddy's inner circle, Diddy himself is not without blame. He built his empire on a foundation of controversy, manipulation, and alleged criminal behavior. For years, he has played a dangerous game. And now, whether he was framed or not, it appears that game is finally catching up to him. His arrest may be the final move in a complex chess match, but Diddy's role in his own downfall cannot be overlooked. He has been given numerous chances to reform, to distance himself from chaos, and to create a legacy free from scandal. Instead, he chose to continue playing with fire, and now he's getting burned. As the dust settles and more details emerge, the real question we're left with is this: was Diddy's fate sealed by his own actions, or did those he trusted most turn against him when it mattered most? If Jay-Z and others truly played a role in Diddy's downfall, will they be able to live with the consequences of their betrayal, knowing they may have taken down one of the most powerful figures in hip-hop history? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.